Good morning, everybody. Today I am telling you about derivatives. And what is the meaning of actually derivatives? Derivatives is rate of change. And derivative y means rate of change of y. And derivative y with respect to x means rate of change of y with respect to x. See here. For example, I am taking y is equal to f of x. That means here y depends upon x. Y depends upon x. So here x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. Because y depends upon x. Y depends upon x. If you put a value to x, then you will get the value of y. Since y depends upon x, x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. Clear? And graphically, when you draw a graph between x-axis and y-axis, in x-axis you should always take independent variable. And in y-axis you should always take the dependent variable. Okay. Everything they are related. So here, if we change the value of x, that means if the value of x is 5, then it will change 5 to 10. That means it will increase or decrease. The meaning of change means either to increase or to decrease. Clear? So it will change in the value of x, then there will be a change in the value of y. So for example, let delta x, I am telling you delta. Delta means small change. For small change we are writing delta. Delta x is the small change in x and the corresponding change in y being delta y. Then if there is a change in x, then automatically there will be a change in y because y depends upon x. That means if we increase the value of x or decrease the value of x, then there will be either increase in y or decrease in y. Clear? So for example, if there is a change in x is delta x, then the corresponding change in y will be delta y. That means when x in place of x I am writing x plus delta x, then automatically in plus y I should write y plus delta y. Then whenever there is a change in x, whenever there is delta x is the change in x, then the change in y will be delta y. That means y plus delta y will be equal to f of x plus delta x. So see here, then delta y is equal to f of x plus delta x minus y. And what is y? Y is equal to f of x. So delta y is equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. Because the value of y is f of x, so in place of y I am writing f of x. So both sides divide by delta x. So it will be delta y by delta x is equal to f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. And since this was discovered by Newton, so this also known as Newton's quotient. And what is the quotient? Quotient is p by q form. P by q form. That is called quotient. So since it is in the form of p by q, it is called quotient, and since it was discovered by Newton, it is called Newton's quotient. Okay, and this is called the average rate of change of y with respect to x. Delta y by delta x is called the average rate of change of y with respect to x. Okay, see here, delta y by delta x is called the average rate of change of y with respect to x, and instantaneous. Question is that what is the meaning of average and what is the meaning of instantaneous? Very interesting question. Let us first of all discuss about average and instantaneous. Then we will come to this point. Okay. I am going to physics. Okay. Suppose you are going with a bike and you are traveling like this. And this is point A, this is point B. And from A to B, it takes 1 hour. Clear? And what is your average speed? Average speed means total distance by total time. What is the distance covered? And divided by time. Your time is 1 hour. So that is called the average speed. For example, your average speed is 50 km per hour. 50. And that does not mean that you are traveling this point, particularly this point, at 50 km per hour. Listen carefully. You are not taking the turn here, sudden turn at 50 km per hour. Perhaps you are taking 10 km per hour or 5 km per hour. Slowly you are taking the turn. So that is called the instantaneous speed. That means at a particular point, at a particular time. At a particular point or particular time. Clear? That is called the instantaneous speed. And the average speed is total. Clear? For example, what is the average carrier? That means nearly about 80%. That means class 10th, class 12th, that means graduation. You are taking all the 3% and dividing by 3. That was not with that. In each exam you are getting 80. For example, in class 10th you are getting 90. And by taking average you are getting 80. So instantaneous and average both are different from each other. Average means total distance by total time, and instantaneous at a particular point or at a particular time. At 10:15, what was your speed? That means at 10:15, where are you? Where is your bike? At this point, for example. And at this point, what is your speed? It is not 50 km per hour. So, how to find out? This is the average rate of change of y. That means similar to average speed. Now, my question is that what will be the instantaneous? Instantaneous rate of change y with respect to x is equal to dy by dx. And how to find out dy by dx? And what say here? If I crossing this point, how much time you will take to cross this point? Tell me. How much time you will take to cross this point? Very few seconds. Not 1 second. In 1 second, you may travel from this point to this point. In 1 second, you may travel from this point to this point. But simply point means very in microseconds or in microseconds. Clear? That means that time is very small. Clear? In this case, if you are taking speed, mean distance by time, delta s by delta t. In that case, the time delta t, in small time delta t, that delta t tends to 0. Delta t is very small. That means microsecond. So the denominator tends to 0. Clear? Similarly, here the denominator is delta dx. In this case, delta x. So limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x. In case of average, if we take the denominator as tends to 0, that means if we take the denominator as very small, then that average rate will become instantaneous rate, and it is denoted by dy by dx. If we take limit of delta, it will become d, and the formula is this one: limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. Okay. So this is the instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x. That means it is the formula of dy by dx. See here, what is the meaning of differentiability? When a function is said to be differentiable, f is a function and it is said to be differentiable if this limit exists. And already I have told you that limit will exist if the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. A limit will exist if the left hand limit will be equal to right hand limit. So similarly, limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. This limit must exist. Then only f is said to be differentiable. Clear? Now see here. This is a limit and nothing else. And already I have told you a limit is said to exist if the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. So accordingly, this factor, this limit will exist if the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. And when you take the left hand limit, the corresponding derivative is said to be left hand derivative. And if when you take the right hand limit, the corresponding derivative is said to be right hand derivative. That means if the left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, then the function is said to be differentiable or derivable. Otherwise, the derivative does not exist. Clear? That means since the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, then only we can say the limit exists. Similarly here, if the left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, then the derivative of the function f of x will exist. Okay. So let us see what is the meaning of left hand derivative and what is the meaning of right hand derivative. Clear? See here, I am telling you the left hand derivative and right hand derivative. And the left hand derivative of the function f of x at x is equal to c. The left hand derivative of f of x at x is equal to c is denoted by f dash c minus, and I am writing the minus slightly upward. Here also I am writing the plus slightly upward. Okay. F dash c minus is equal to limit x tends to 0, f of c minus h. C minus I have written, so that is why I am taking c minus h minus f of c divided by c. How I am writing these two? These two how I am writing? This minus this, so it is equal to minus h. So here this minus this, here it is h. And in each and every case, h is very small positive number. H is very small positive number, similar to case of limit. I have told you, it is a universal concept. In each and every books, it is not necessary to indicate that h is a small positive number. Always you should consider that h is a small positive number. Epsilon is a small positive number, h is also a small positive number. Clear? See here, f dash c minus limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. This is the left hand limit derivative. And right hand derivative, simply limit h tends to f of c plus h. Here you are writing c minus h, you are writing c plus h, minus f of c minus f of c. And here this minus this minus h, this minus this is h. And if the left hand derivative and right hand derivative both are same, then the derivative of the function at x is equal to c exists. That means f dash c exists. Okay. For example, this is n, this is n. So f dash c will be equal to n. Okay. If the derivative of a function f of x exists at x is equal to c, then what will be the value, or how to write it? That means derivative of f of x at x is equal to c is equal to limit x tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Limit x tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Simply See here, in the first definition I have given you limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. In place of delta x I am writing h. And in place of x I am writing c. That means you are differentiating the function f of x at a particular point, and that point is c. Okay. See here, I am differentiating the functions in its general form. I will not give an example. I am going to find out the derivative x to the power n, but in your book the question will be find the derivative x to the power 2. That means in place of n write 2. Find the derivative x to the power 2 by 3. So in place of n write 2 by 3. Find the derivative x to the power 5 by 7. Find the derivative x to the power minus 2 by 3. Simply put n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 2 by 3, n is equal to minus 1 by 3. Okay. And I am writing the general formula. See here. If there will be x plus h whole square, you can open the whole square. But if the power is 200, then you cannot open this power. If the power will be 2 by 3, you cannot expand it. So that is why I am giving the general formula. It is applicable to each and every case. Okay. See here. General f dash x. What is the formula for f dash x? It is limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h. Here f of x will x to the power n. F of 5 will be 5 to the power n. F of 6 will be 6 to the power n. F of x plus h will be x plus h to the power n. X plus h to the power n. In place of x, I am writing x plus h. So here also in place of x, you should write x plus h to the power n. Minus f of x. F of x is x to the power n. Divided by h. The given function should be written here. And in the first case, simply write x plus h in place of x. Simply write x plus h in place of x. So now, how to solve this one? You can write directly, or if you cannot write directly, so let us take x plus h is equal to t as h tends to 0, t tends to x. So limit t tends to x, x plus h I am taking t to the power n minus x to the power n divided by h. What is h? T minus x. Tx, and the power is n. So answer will be n into x to the power n minus 1. So this is the formula. So now you can differentiate f of x is equal to x to the power 3, f of x is equal to x to the power 2 by 3, f of x is equal to x to the power minus 5, f of x is equal to x to the power 7 by 5 or minus 7 by 5. Simply, in the first case n is equal to 3, in the second case n is equal to 2 by 3, in the third case n is equal to minus 5, in the fourth case minus 7 by 5. Okay. See here, in the books it is written that this definition is first principle method or ab initio or limiting method. You can say by or by definition. If your question is that find the derivative using first principle method or using definition or using limiting method or ab initio, then you should use this formula. Clear? See, another example I am giving you. Very interesting example. 3x squared plus 4x minus 5. Clear? And see, f dash x is equal to, I have told you, write the definition, limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Because here there is no point, so in place of c I am writing x. If point will be given, so in place of x write c. That will be the given point. Clear? See here, limit h tends to 0. What I have told you? While determining or while writing f of x plus h, simply write x plus h in place of x. Simply write x plus h in place of x. Okay. So in place of x I am writing x plus h, here also x plus h. 3 into x plus h whole square and plus 4 into x plus h minus 5. Put a bracket here. Simply I have written x plus h in place of x minus original function. You should write the original function. 3x square plus 4x minus 5 divided by h. The limit. The rule is that combine the first term with first term, second term with second term, third term with third term. See here. Many teachers are saying that you should open the square then cancel out. If the power is 2, then you can open. If the power will be 200, then you cannot do anything. If the power will be 2 by 3, you cannot do anything. So normally 3 into combining the first and first term, take 3 common. X plus h whole square minus x square plus 4 into x plus h minus x. So minus 5 plus 5 cancel out divided by h. So in this case I am writing the square or a square minus b square. A square minus b square, a plus b to a minus b. X plus h minus x plus h cancel out, remain x, then x plus h. Then x plus h means 2x plus h. Here minus x plus x cancel out, remain 4h divided by h. So sorry, this will be h. A minus b. A minus b means x cancel out, remain h, and a plus b is 2x plus h. And now take the common h, then cancel out. Limit h tends to 0, 3 into 2x plus h plus 4, and h cancel out. Now put h is equal to 0, so this term becomes 0, so it will be 6x plus 4. So this is your answer. Okay. See here the function is this one. You want to differentiate it, differentiate this function. And here the variable is t. So you should write let f of t is for this one, not f of x. If the variable will be x, you should write f of x. If the variable is theta, you should write f of theta. If the variable is s, you should write f of s. If the variable is t, so you should write f of t. Now f dash t, limit h tends to 0, f of t plus h, not x plus h, minus f of t divided by h. Mindfully you should write not x plus h. If there is t, you should write t plus h. If there will be theta, theta plus h. F of t plus h, that means in place of t you should write t plus h. T plus h whole square plus 1 root over minus original function. T square plus 1 root over divided by h. See, this is also in 0 by 0 form. Put h is equal to 0. T square plus 1 root over t square plus 1 root over 0. This one is 0, this one is 0, so 0 by 0. And you can rationalize this one. That means it is in the form of a minus b. You should multiply a plus b in the numerator and denominator, you will get the answer. I have told you, you will not do the limits, then you cannot do the derivatives. Okay. So, if you rationalize this one, you will get the value t by t square plus 1 root over. Your answer will be like this. Okay. See another example. F of x is equal to sin x. And do sin x and you will do for cos x. Okay. Same procedure. See here. If s x is equal to limit s tends to 0 sin of x plus h. I have told you should write x plus h in place of x minus original function divided by h. And now tell me, this is also in 0 by 0 form. And this limit already you have done in my previous questions in the limit. I have given this particular question. Sin c minus sin d. Put sin c minus sin d. You will get the answer. Limit s tends to 0. It will be 2 cos c plus d by 2. C plus d by 2. This is 2x plus h by 2. That means x plus h by 2 into sin c minus d by 2. C minus d, x cancel out, h by 2 divided by h. And limit h tends to 0. X plus h by 2 into limit h tends to 0. Sin h by 2 divided by h. I have separated this one, this part, because there is a formula for sin theta by theta. There is no formula for cos theta by theta. That is why I have separated cos from this one. Okay. So put directly h is equal to 0 here. Put h is equal to 0. That means 2 cos, this is x, this part. And this second part is, I have told you limit x tends to 0 sin ax by x. It will be a. Limit x tends to 0 sin ax by x. It will be a. Limit x tends to 0 sin half h by h. Sin half h by h. So answer is half into half. 2 cancel out, remain cos x. Okay. Similarly, the homework for you is f of x will cos x and the answer will be minus sin x. Clear? Now, another example I am going to tell you. F of x is equal to tan x. I will do tan x, and for you, the homework will be for cot x. And if dash x is equal to, see here, limit h tends to 0, tan of x plus h minus tan x divided by h. In the limit I have given this question. Simply split the tan in terms of sin and cos, or it will be better. You should write in terms of sin and cos. Sin x plus h by cos x plus h minus sin x by cos x whole into 1 by h. So limit h tends to 0, 1 by h, take the LCM, sin x plus h into cos x minus cos x plus h into sin x whole divided by cos x plus h into cos x. Clear? Simply I have taken the LCM. Limit sin a into cos b minus cos a into sin b, sin a minus b, sin a minus b, x's cancels, remains sin h. So in the numerator it remains sin h, and I am writing h here, and this one into 1 by cos x plus h into cos x, and I am taking limit here also. Limit h tends to 0. I am separating that function because limit of f into g is limit of f into limit of j, and this one is 1. And put h is equal to 0. Cos x into cos x, cos square x So the derivative of tan x is x square x. So for you, the homework is find the derivative of cot x, and it will be minus cos x square x. Again, similarly I will do sec x and you should do for cosec x. F dash x, tell me. Limit, don't say, speak something. Limit s tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. That means limit h tends to 0, sec of x plus h minus sec x divided by h. So I have told you, I have given the formula for sin and tan in the case of limit. I have not given any formula regarding sec and cosec. So you should convert this sec to cos x plus h minus 1 by cos x into 1 by h. I am writing like this. Limit s tends to 0, 1 by h. So take the LCM, cos x minus cos x plus h divided by cos x plus h into cos x. Clear? So limit s tends to 0, 1 by h. This is cos c minus cos t. Cos c minus cos t. 2 sin c plus d by 2, c plus d by 2, x plus h by 2 into sin d minus c by 2, h by 2 divided by cos x plus h into cos x. Don't confuse with the formula cos c minus cos t. Clear? And see here, this sin h by 2 by h. I am writing sin h by 2 divided by h, and I am separating other part. That means 2 sin x plus h by 2 divided by cos x plus h into cos x. So this part will be half, because limit s tends to sin half h by h. Sin ax by x, it is a. So this will be half into 2 is there. Put h is equal to 0. This will be sin x. Put h is equal to 0. It is cos x into cos x. So 2 to cancel out, and this becomes tan x. And 1 by cos x is sec x. Tan x into sec x. And for you, f of x is equal to cosec x. So f dash x will be minus cosec x into cot x. Proceed exactly in the same way and same number of steps. Completely same procedure you should follow. The answer will be minus cosec x and cot x. See here, I am doing the derivative of a to the power x, and you should do for e to the power x. That means in place of a, you should write only e. Simply copy paste. In place of a, you should only write e. Okay, see here. F dash x is equal to limit x tends to 0, a to the power x plus h. I have told you, you should write x plus h in place of x minus a to the power x divided by h. So what is the procedure? I can write a to the power x into a to the power h minus a to the power x divided by h. So take a to the power x common, and here the variable is h. Below the limit I have written h tends to 0, and that is the variable. Remember, here x is not the variable, here h is the variable, so it will take completely outside. A to the power x. So limit h tends to 0, a to the power h minus 1 by h. And this one is log a. Log a to the base e. You should write like this also, log a to the base e. And if it is e to the power x, then simply write e, and finally e to the power x into log e to the base a. This becomes 1. So answer will be e to the power x. So here for u, f of x is equal to e to the power x. So f dash x is also equal to e to the power x. See, I am deriving the formula for log x to the base a, and you should derive the formula for log x to the base a. That means simply log x. Okay. See here, f dash x equal to limit s tends to 0 log x plus h to the base a minus log x to the base a whole divided by h. So limit s tends to 0 1 by h log a minus log b, log a minus log b, it is log a by b. So log base a x plus h minus x is on the limit s tends to 0 1 by h, it is log x by x is 1 plus h by x to the base a, and I can write this one as h. And your formula is limit x tends to 0 log 1 plus x to the base a divided by x is equal to log e to the base a. That means, see here, 1 plus x divided by x, the variable which is added to 1 should be divided here in the denominator. That means should be present in the denominator. Here the quantity is h by x. So this quantity should be h by x. So by x into 1 by x. I am dividing x and multiplying x in the denominator. So this term becomes log e to the base a, and here it is 1 by x, because 1 by x is a constant. The variable is h, so 1 by x is a constant, so it goes outside. So answer is this one. And for u, the formula is f of x is equal to log x to the base a, or simply log x, and f x is equal to f x. See here, I will give you an example. F of x will algebraic into trigonometry. Algebraic into trigonometry. There will be any trigonometric function. In place of sin x, you can write cos x, tan x, sec x, cosec x, sec 2 theta, cos 2 theta, tan 3 theta, anything. Okay, so how to do this one? I am given root x, root over of x, not simply x. If it will be x, that will be very easy. But intentionally I have written root over of x. So I am giving a common process. Limit x tends to 0. I have told you in place of x, write x plus h. That means x plus h root over into sine of x plus h minus root x into sine x divided by h. Clear? So how to do this one? I have told you, I am going to give you a universal process. Any problem which is in this form, algebraic into trigonometry, you can do like this, which I am going to tell you. Limit s tends to 0, x plus h root over into sin x plus h. Algebraic into trigonometry. Algebraic into trigonometry. Clear? Take the algebraic part from the first and the trigonometric part from the second. Minus plus what I have done. This term is here and this term is here. I am subtracting something and adding that term. Root over of x plus h into sin x, here it is minus, and I am adding that same term. And where it comes from? Take the algebraic part from the first term and the trigonometric part from the second term. Okay, then combine these two and combine these two. Limit s tends to 0. Take common exponents root over from these two. Then remain sin x plus h minus sin x divided by h. Then plus limit. I am separating both the cases. Take sin x common. So x plus h root over minus root x into sin x divided by h. See here, limit s tends to 0, root over of x plus h into limit s tends to 0. This one is sin c minus sin d, 2 sin 2 cos c plus d by 2 x plus h by 2 into sin h by 2 divided by h plus, you have to rationalize this one, limit h tends to 0. You should multiply its conjugate in the numerator and denominator, so that numerator x cancel out, and then h will cancel out. Sin x divided by x plus h root over plus root x. Everything I have written directly. Clear? And see here, put h is equal to 0, it becomes root x. 2 cos, put h is equal to 0, it will be cos x into, this will become half, plus, put h is equal to 0, root x plus root x. So 1 by 2 root x into sin x. So here 2 cancel out, root x into cos x plus 1 by 2 root x into sin x. Okay. See here, you have to find out the derivative of this function at x is equal to 2. That means you should apply the formula for f dash c, not f dash x, f dash c. Here c is equal to 2. Okay. See here, f dash 2, for the formula, limit s tends to 0, f of 2 plus h, f of c plus h, minus f of c divided by h. So is equal to limit s tends to 0, f of 2 plus h. That means I am writing 2 plus h in place of x. So you should write 2 plus h in place of x. 2 plus h whole cube plus 1. This one is this function minus original function. That means in place of x write 2. 2 cube is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9 divided by h. So it is limit s tends to 0, 2 plus h whole cube minus 8, 1 minus 9 is 8 divided by h. So in case of here, you can open the whole cube, or if the power is very high, 20, 30, 40 or fraction, then you can take 2 plus h as t. So I am taking the same process, that 2 plus h is equal to t. So as h tends to 0, t tends to 2. So here t tends to 2. So this is t cube minus 2 cube. In place of t, I am writing 2 to the power 3, h t minus 2. T2, T2, T2 power is 3. So answer is 3 into 2 to the power 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 square is 4, 4 into 3 it is 12. So answer is 12.